Hi, this is Melanie from Screen Time with Mel, and we are going to talk about The Handmaid's Tale. Hey everybody, this is my very first video putting up on this channel. I want to thank you so much for following me over here. If you know me from my other channel, look to the left. And if you are brand new to me, thank you so much for finding me and watching this video. For those of you that don't know, I do not normally have this voice. I normally have a much clearer tone. But I was really sick a couple weeks ago, and this is the aftermath. So I'm trying my best to work through it, and hopefully it doesn't drive you batty. I just want to make sure I stay up to date as the new fall shows come out and so on. So thank you again for finding me. But without further ado, let's talk about The Handmaid's Tale. Season 5, Episode 1. And this is where at the end of Season 4, and just to let you know, I am going to go do full spoilers through this episode. So if you haven't watched other seasons of The Handmaid's Tale, you may be spoiled. So please proceed at your own risk. Alright, so at the end of Season 4, we were left with just after the handmaids killed Fred. It seemed like June was going to leave her family. There's so many things you can presume about it. I was thinking it was because it was such a violent act that she committed that she didn't feel like she could be around her family. So we come into this this next season with right after that, like there was no time that passed. You can see where, and Elizabeth Moss is an amazing actress. Her presence can fill a screen while being just this little part of it, but it fills the full screen. It's kind of amazing watching her do her work. And if you haven't seen some of her other work, please go and watch it. She is amazing, not just as June, but in general as an actress. So continuing on, so you can see this break in her, a psychotic break, if you will, from this event that happened. And because of this, I don't know, there's this madness in her eyes, especially when she's in the bathroom and they do this. It's such a long moment, several moments really, of her being in the bathroom and just standing there in her eyes. And I'm telling you, she would scare the heck out of me if I was standing in front of her. I mean, frightening, scary. Then she rushes out of the house without getting clean, running around with blood all over her, and goes to this diner where she meets the other handmaids that helped her or did this thing with her. And they just start mowing down on, breakfast food, like diner breakfast food. And it's a little crazy in a way. It has that kind of feel, that chaotic feel to it, which was expertly done. And I find out at the end of this episode that Elizabeth Moss directed it. And she did an amazing job as being the lead actress as well as directing it. Then there's other things that continue on. I'm not going to go beat by beat because you really should watch it. It's the falling out from the handmaids, being frustrated because now that she's got her guy dead, she's not willing to immediately help them. But I think at that point, she's coming to the realization of what she's become and what she did, and it's weighing on her. And as an all-around decent character who does bad things, I love what she does next, and that's to go in and turn herself in. It seems crazy to do it because she's gotten away with it. Why would you turn yourself in if you've gotten away with it? So she turns herself in And because I think she's felt the weight of what she's become. She's scared of what she's become. She then decides she needs to get, that there needs to be justice done. She needs to be punished. So I can understand that. I understand the need to be punished for something that you did. It's a very Catholic way of thinking. But I understand that. Okay, in all of this, I haven't even talked about Serena and her reactions. So I know that her and Fred have not had the best of relationship in the past, since June has been a part of their life pretty much. Maybe, probably, definitely, since even before. And you guys, you have to understand, I have not read these books. So I'm coming at this from somebody who's not read the books. FYI. I'm just enjoying the show. Serena, she's still gonna grieve, even through the anger and the frustration of being Fred's wife. She's still gonna grieve. She still has those poignant moments, as they show very well during the show. Despite the abuse that she received and gave with Fred, despite what she knows that he had become, it doesn't matter. She's still going to grieve the loss of that chapter of her life. And they did a very good job of showing that while keeping her stoic. I do find her decision at the end to be interesting, but I get it, because she's scared to death of June. So I get that. One thing I did want to mention, as we go through this and we talk about, I feel like her husband's reaction, I think because he loves her so much, he's not scared of her. And that surprises me. He was never scared of her. And I suppose, having been with somebody who went through a psychotic break, I wasn't scared of him either. And some people probably thought that I should have been, but I knew him. So maybe I can understand where he's coming from a lot more, a lot. I just get it. I get it a little bit more. So I understand. But I will say, Moira. Kudos to Moira. Because she's saying the one thing that everybody should be saying, and that's, I'm scared of you. You've become frightening, to June, which is great. I think that there needs to be that perspective, especially somebody close to her, even though they've known each other for years and years. I think that it's great that Moira has the balls to say what needs to be said. Well, on the same token, I can appreciate what Mark Tuello said to her, and about what she did was hard to do, but it had to be done. And he understood the cost of that. So I appreciate that June has all of these different types of people that are surrounding her, that can keep her anchored, I think is the best way to put it. So that's just something I really enjoyed. I can't wait to see how that develops. There were a couple things that surprised me. One storyline I didn't even mention was Nick's storyline, and with the fact that his wife knew. And maybe I'm forgetting something from previous seasons. That could be. I'm forgetful. But that shocked me a little. I'm interested to see how that plays out. Also, the sycophants that Serena's group that Serena has, as she leaves her prison where they took her away to be safer, as she leaves her prison, the sycophants, it's nuts. I think it's completely nuts. I'm waiting to see how that develops. Like, I can see her possibly becoming a woman of power, even though she's going back to Gilead. Like, powerful in Gilead, because of, one, having her own baby, which is unheard of for the wives, at least according to what I can understand. I don't know about the books. I don't know what's canon in the books. So those two things surprise me. And then the other thing is I'm thinking, at least my prediction for the season, is that this is gonna kind of lead into a war between Gilead and Canada, because they're not going to send her back. So anyway, I think it's great. It's interesting to see how that plays out. I won't post the next episode until tomorrow, but I want to get this edited, get it out tonight, and then tomorrow I will work on getting the other, I will get some information on the other episode out to you. Listen, this is the first time I'm doing a video like this about, talking about TV shows. I love streaming. I love watching TV shows. So I'm just kind of sharing this just to start the conversation with you guys out there to have with me. Tell me your viewpoints. I would love to hear them. Tell me things that you wanted me to say but I didn't say. I would love to hear that. I'm going to take note of that for future episodes and as we get into the fall season. And if you want me to check out particular TV shows, let me know and I will do what I can. I am going to go ahead and do an intro once my voice gets better, telling you what I like, so that you know whether or not I will kind of be the one that you would want to have a conversation with about it. Let's put it that way. And if you enjoyed this video despite my horrible voice, then please hit that like button. And I plan on doing many more videos like this, so hit the subscribe button and join in the conversation with me because I want to hear from you. Alright, thank you so much. You guys have an amazing evening. Bye-bye.